coming to you today for survivaldispatch.com. And we're talking about the super sexy subject of heat stress. Not exactly the type of thing that gets most preppers all hot and bothered. See, you need a right there. But you need to know this stuff, especially if you're going to bug out, if you're going to be doing anything where the temperature is high and your physical exertion is high. You need to know the signs of heat stress. Also, some examples which we will discuss of how to beat the heat in off-grid scenarios. Because if we do get EMP'd back to the Stone Age, you know, if you can stay cool, it would be good. So right now, it should come as no surprise that it's incredibly hot in a lot of places where historically it shouldn't be, but it is. There's also a pronounced drought in many areas of the world. And certain areas of this country have been on fire for about a year or two or a while. May or may not be politically motivated, but that's not what this channel is about. A lack of heating, ventilation, air conditioning could actually be deadly to some people. And if the power goes out, a lot of those people aren't going to fare well. I don't want that for you, which is why we are having this conversation. So the signs of heat stress: headache, nausea, and yeah, I have notes because hashtag prepared, bro. Dizziness, fainting, weakness, thirst, decreased or dark urination. I know it sounds weird, but pay attention to your pee. Your pee is trying to talk to you. Your pee is trying to talk to you. Heavy sweating, irritability. Apparently, I'm always suffering from heat stress. The heavy sweating and the irritability. Muscle pain or cramps. Confusion, slurred speech, loss of consciousness, seizures, and of course, high body temperatures. And so if this happens, you or whoever this happens to, you need to cease your activity immediately. Remove any unnecessary clothing. Plus, this has the added benefit of potentially getting you recruited by the casting crew for Naked and Afraid. And then hydrate and seek care. Also, make sure when you're hydrating, water's good. You need lots of water. We recently did a video talking about that at Bear Independent. You need lots of water. You also need electrolytes. And so it's not a bad idea to keep oral rehydration salts on hand. Tri-Oral, T-R-I-O-R-A-L is the brand that I like. It's the brand that we use in our kits at refugemedical.com. Some of them even don't taste like garbage. So, oral rehydration salts, hydrate, and then seek care. Step 2. Step 1 was recognize the signs of heat stress. Step 2, hydrate and chill, bro. This is not Netflix and chill. You will not be in any position to Netflix and chill if you have any of these symptoms. The best words, tremendous, believe it. No strenuous activity, rest. This could take 24 hours. In some cases, 48 hours for somebody who has been a heat casualty to come back to full strength. Keep them cool, keep them out of the sun, keep them hydrated. Again, loosen and remove clothing for airflow. And stay hydrated. Drink the waters, bro. Drink the oral rehydration salts. What if we have to run an IV, Bear? Then I highly recommend that you have medical professionals within your preparedness group who can do that. And a quick trip across the internet will find you places where your dog, your sheep, your cat, your pet pelican, your whatever, your osprey, if they are dehydrated, you can find fluids for them on the internet without a medical doctor. And it's amazing the quality of said pet fluids these days. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, do the research. Lastly, well, not lastly, what am I talking about? Step 3, ice, ice, baby. The thermic effect. You can freeze water bottles. You can use that as they're frozen to cool a person down if you need to, or any cold, something that's been in a cooler, on ice, whatever. Well, what about if the grid's down? I know lots of people who live off grid who have freezers. It can be done. So you can freeze water bottles. You can fill up a tub of cold or cool water, put somebody in that. That also has a thermic effect because water has a high specific density, or specific gravity rather, i.e. meaning it's heavy. Water is used as a thermal battery. Cold water will cool the area that it's in. Warm water will heat the area that it's in. You see this a lot of times in greenhouses for maintaining through the winter consistent temperatures inside of the greenhouse using water as a thermal battery. And so a large basin or a tub or hell, a water tank for your livestock filled with cool water, if you need it, that can be used as well. And eat cold foods and don't be cooking in your house. This one should be pretty self-explanatory. Step 4, foil the sun. Cover your windows from the outside or from the inside if you can, but cover your windows up so that you're not getting that passive solar heating coming into your house. You can also hang wet sheets, damp sheets, and the temperature will cause the moisture in the sheet to evaporate, and that creates evaporative cooling, like a swamp cooler effect. I'm sure some of you guys have seen, in welding shops and whatever, in these big shops, they have what are called swamp coolers. Those are evaporative coolers. They work on the same premises, and they can significantly lower, 20 to 30 degrees lower through evaporative cooling, the ambient temperature in a room. And then you can use even Mylar blankets to reflect the sun away. In this case, you don't want the Mylar on top of somebody who's a casualty because that's holding their body heat in, but you can use it like a tarp above them, which would reflect the solar radiation away from the casualty. And then, of course, line item number 5, don't roast your loved ones. Don't do it. We don't eat people. We don't cook people. It's just weird. It's just weird. Well, what about when the world ends and there's no meat but people meat? Well, bro, I have sheep and cows and turkeys and chickens. I'm not eating people. That's weird. You shouldn't eat people either. You should be a little bit better prepared than, oh no, we have to eat people. I mean, like if you're on a soccer team and your plane crashes into the side of a mountain, that's one thing. I still wouldn't do it. But eating people in SHTF is a pretty bad plan. You should reconsider. Cars are solar ovens. That's a different video, but cars are solar ovens. Think about that. When it comes to cooking or dehydrating, you can dehydrate a lot of stuff on the dashboard of a truck. Ask me how I know. Cars are solar ovens. Don't leave your kids, your elders, or your pets in a car without air conditioning, even for just a minute. It's not worth it. They can die, and oftentimes do die. So don't do that. Please don't do that. Also be aware of what other circumstances or what other situations on your property exist that could be solar ovens, and avoid them. And if you have an actual solar oven, don't climb inside of it. That's bad. It is for cooking food. It's not for cooking you. You also need to understand the difference between whining. If we're all out here doing a job, taking down trees, cutting firewood, whatever, like to a certain extent, we're all in the process of suck it up, buttercup. Like we have a job to do. I don't want to look like a B word in front of my brothers. So I'm just gonna do what I need to do to get the job done. There's a time for that. But if you are dizzy, if your mouth is going dry, if you stop sweating, if you become disoriented, hardcore headache, all of these are signs that you need to take a break. You need to get out of the sun. You need to hydrate. You need to move to a cool place so you don't become a casualty. So again, not the most sexy video we've ever done for survival dispatch, but I would recommend, if you're into that, you should go check out How Much Ammo Do You Need for SHTF? That's a pretty sexy video we did for him. Also, if you're new here, click the subscribe button, ring the little bell notification. Check out survivaldispatch.com. The best words, tremendous, believe it. Survivaldispatch.com. They've also got a cool store in there with a lot of cool products. And come see us at bearindependent.com and on here on the YouTubes. We'd appreciate it greatly. Y'all have a blessed day. Shalom.